welcome everybody to Sherman Ray. Excuse me. It's the Livin in Vegas podcast. Wow, it's Friday. You can tell it's Friday. I want to welcome you all to the show today where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. Folks, it's Friday, and we're here today. Very excited. It's actually a pretty cool day. Some interesting things I got to tell you about that started the day off, as always. And, of course, we'll talk about some sports that's going on that happened during the week and stuff that's going on this weekend. So much going on. But before we do any of that stuff, I want to welcome all my friends over at who are joining us on Facebook. You're joining us maybe on YouTube or something like that. If you're watching us on YouTube, right here, folks, bang that little subscribe button. Excuse me. Also, if you're watching us on Facebook, I want you to go to our YouTube channel. Okay, go to our YouTube channel and check us out and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got a few people that are joining here and there, but we're trying to get up to 1,000 people. So we're really pushing to get this going, and because it's really all about you. If we only way this show survives is if you support it. Okay, if you don't support the show, you know what the consequences are. So, I'm going to turn off that sound there because people are just chiming in early this morning. My gosh. So welcome for you folks who are joining us on YouTube. You're joining us on Facebook. And if you notice, we've actually started the show off just a little bit different. That we, instead of me coming on saying hello, we got a little bit of pictures starting up there, which is always cool. And we end the show that way too. Just makes it a little more, more official. As a matter of fact, here, let's do this. Let's pay a bill real quick. We'll come back. We'll talk about who I am, what we're doing, that kind of stuff, and what's going on this week, okay? So this has been Sherman Ray, the Livin in Vegas podcast. We'll be back just a second, okay? Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you've got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Folks, we are back to Sherman Ray. This is the Livin in Vegas podcast. I want to welcome you all to the show. For some of you, it might be the first time you're ever checking out the show. We want to welcome you. Thank you, folks, for being a part of the show today. And we hope that we fulfill all of your expectations. Okay. Well, at least most of them, anyways. So I'm the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine. And here, let's show a picture of it because it's almost over with, actually. We'll be saying goodbye to Mr. Hall here in just a couple more weeks, where we'll put up the what they call the fall winter edition of Livin in Vegas magazine. I'm very excited about that. As a matter of fact, I've been putting that together, compiling that, and that will be out October 1st. So, thank you, Nathan Hall, and the people over at Bad Beat Brewing Company that have been sponsoring us all of these last 3 months or so. If you would like to be a sponsor, if you'd like to be an advertiser in Livin in Vegas magazine, contact us. Info, livininvegas.com, okay? My wife's trying to contact me on the phone here, I'm sorry. I'll get to her. She just had a small thing to talk to me about. Contact us at info@livininvegas.com. It's info@livininvegas.com, and we will get you in the magazine, okay? Also, we put out another magazine. It's called Livin Weekly Magazine. And so Livin Weekly Magazine, and I want to apologize to everybody who was waiting for the Monday edition of Livin Weekly Magazine and didn't see it on your under your knapsacks or on your in your inbox. We've just had this crazy week. I mean, that's not even done. It's done. We just had not had a chance to get out Livin Weekly Magazine, but we're going to get it out. Okay, we are going to get it out, and you will be very pleased with what you see. So let's get on with some stories that happened in the last couple of days. The first one is we went to a game last night. Well, let's talk about the game last night. The game last night was the Aces. Okay, the Aces played last night against the Connecticut Sun, and we just didn't have it. We just did not have it. And the Connecticut Sun played like a team that knew that they were going to get swept. Oh yeah, they knew it. They played in desperation. They were doing anything and everything they could to win that game, and they did. But it wasn't as though we left the game and did not play at all. It's just that we knew we played against a team that wanted it bad. As the game, we lost, I think it was 102-76, something like that. We didn't score in the last 5 minutes of the game. Literally, the last 5 minutes of the game, not even a score. And mostly it was because we put in our backup players, but we were just not in the game. It wasn't, and so we'll get them though. We will get them. Many of you remember, beginning of the season, I predicted that the Aces were going to win it all. And I was confident then. I still am confident now. Coach Becky Hammond, Asia Wilson, and Chelsea Gray are going to cuss out everybody. Oh yeah, they might have somebody come in and just slap people, just go down the line like Three Stooges, slap everybody, and say, look, we do not leave this stadium Sunday without a win. Okay, there's no way we're coming back to Vegas without a championship belt or a trophy, rings on our fingers. That's just the way it's going to be. So I have no doubt in my mind that the Aces are going to bring it home. We're still the number one seed. We're the number one seed for a reason. And I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to win this game. So I'm very confident. Just last night it was just terrible. But today... So yesterday we went to a game. Before we watched the Aces lose yesterday, we went to our grandson's game. And our grandson, actually two of our grandkids were playing yesterday. One's name's Malachi, the other one's name's Elijah. And they were playing over at the boys club, boys and girls club. It's funny. I remember playing flag football as a kid. I never remember playing at the boys and girls club. Excuse me. Played over off Lindell and Decatur area. Not Decatur. What would be another street? I forgot. Lindell and Edna. Okay, Lindell and Edna. Over near Mountaintop Faith Church. Across from it, as a matter of fact. And Elijah, who was about that tall, and Malachi, who's about that tall, played flag football. Fantastic. Who won? Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know what? Because you know what? We were screaming and yelling. I was taking pictures, yelling, saying, Malachi, do you see me? Because he invited us to the game, sent us his entire schedule. And he goes, can you come to our game? And we said, of course we're coming to your game. You're a grandkid. You know, we're definitely going to your game. And so I took pictures of it and tried to load it up because I wanted you to see it, but it just didn't come up. And so very excited about that. This weekend, the Raiders are playing. They're going to be playing against... Who are they playing this weekend? Oh, my gosh. Are they playing against Kansas City this weekend? They're playing at home this weekend. It's our home opener. Playing against Cardinals. Okay, playing against Cardinals this weekend. And it's our home opener, so it should be a great game. So many of you are probably going out to that game to check it out. So definitely get there early and make sure that you're really into it. Also, if you're not going to the game this weekend, and I know you are, you can come out to check me out. So I will be over at the West Charleston Library, and there's a Constitution Day celebration that is there. Judge Douglas Herndon will be there. Randy Voyard will be there. Who else is going to be there? It's kind of cool. Ron Futrell looks like he's going to be there. Quite a few people. And I get to open up the festivities starting on Saturday, starting about 11 to 1 o'clock. It's going to be fun. It really is going to be fun. I am going to take a little bit of time to talk about the founding principles of this country as it relates to prayer, religion, that kind of stuff. Many of you know already that I am a pastor now, and as a pastor, it behooves me to talk about Jesus. And so, I do every once in a while, and if I'm asked to, I will. I'm not going to throw a Bible at anybody unless you really get cocky, and then I'll just throw it at you. But thank you, Brenda Flank, for inviting me out. This is a free event, open to the public, 11 to 1, West Charleston Library, Saturday. Come on out. Check me out, folks. Okay, I'd love to see you. Let's talk about, what time is it already? I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Okay, good. All right, so there was a story. Many of you have been following this story about our, I don't know, how would you call it? Shamed, murderous, crazy, former public administrator, Robert Telus. And once again, I want to fully disclose, I do have personal involvement with this guy. I have met him before. I met him a few years ago. I was part of a lawsuit that a former business associate of mine came after me, said that I did things that I didn't do. And Robert Telus was actually representing my former business partner. I met Robert at that time, and he was a nasty little son of a gun at the time. I didn't like him then. And when he ran for office, I shut my mouth because I did not want to sway anybody's opinion because I personally knew the guy. Okay, the same thing with the guy my former business associate ran for office too, and I did tell people about him. I said, look, guys, this guy is not who you think he is. Okay, that's all I can say. Figure out who he is before you do anything. So, Robert Telus, for those of you who don't know what he did, he murdered, or he's accused of murdering, Jeff German, or German, and he is a investigative reporter. The accusation is that German said some things, exposed Robert Telus for the nefarious guy that we all think he is, and we all know. Some of us who have had personal involvement with him know he is. Well, they have pulled up more stuff on this guy, so don't get in trouble, folks, because then all of a sudden they go after you. Now, the thing about it is, why weren't these, all of these accusations and all these things that they're finding now, why weren't they found out before the guy became a public official? Okay, it's not like he just did this stuff. They're going to continue to find more stuff about it. So, back in 2020, this was after he was elected already, he was arrested for domestic battery. And we'll post this story, folks. It's just amazing. We'll post the story about Mr. Telus, about how he was drunk and he went after the cops. He went after his girlfriend. He said a bunch of stuff that he shouldn't have said. He basically told the cops, he goes, hey, the only reason why you're after me is because I'm a public official. Okay, well, the public official basically, or the police said, no, it's because you're drunk. That's why, and you're acting like a jerk. So you've got to read this story. It's just very, very fascinating how this guy. I don't know. This is in a related story. Another lady who is running for public administrator. What is it about the public administrator's office? She got arrested for also being intoxicated, and I just don't know. Maybe it's something about the office of public administrator. I will find the story, okay? Because this is actually, it's another public person who's running for public administrator, and she got arrested back in August for. They said, hey, guess what? You got your lights out or something's wrong with your car. Police pulled her over, and they could smell it on her breath. She goes, oh, I had a beer before I went to my friend's house, and now I've left, so I've had that beer hours. Yeah, okay. So we'll put a link to both of those stories, because really we need to know about these people before they get in office, because it's by the time they get in office, it's just kind of no bueno. Okay. Okay. In a happier note, which story do we want to do? A few months ago, there was a lady who got ripped off. She has an online business here in town, and as the allegation goes, people paid her with fake money. She got screwed for like $400, which put her in a really bad spot. Fast forward now, a few months later, people have heard about this story. Somebody in Texas, a guy in Texas, found out that this lady, and what's her name? I just had her name right here too. I'll find her name here in a second, folks. She, doesn't even have her name. All right, well, we'll find her name. I'll find her name. Her name is Jessica. So her name is Jessica. The guy's name is Rod, the Texas guy. He heard about her situation, how she had fallen on hard times, that this money really meant a lot. Her husband's working 16 hours a day, that kind of stuff. Guess what this Texas guy did? Excuse me. Okay. The Texas guy wires her the $400. Nice. Huh? Was that nice? Yes, it was. What a fantastic story. I think so. Thank you, Rod. And may the Lord bless you, bless your little heart, bless your little socks off for you doing something that you didn't have to do that. I mean, you didn't have to come out and do anything for that lady, but you did, which is very, very nice. It warms your heart that people will do stuff like that. Hey, in even a cooler story, there was a summit here most of the week, and it's called the Tech Summit, the Las Vegas Tech Summit, and they call it the Vegas Tech Summit. It wraps up today. 75 companies, 75 individuals representing 75 companies came to a little house up in Summerlin at the behest of former Wynn Resorts executive Mark Shore, and he is trying to lure tech executives here to Las Vegas, to bring tech here to Las Vegas. Is that cool? Now, this is big deal, because 75 companies, even if 20 of those companies decide to come here, that's huge. I mean, it's huge. If 20, that represents millions upon millions of dollars and tens of thousands of jobs, which is just fantastic. Now, I'm going to say something that is probably going to be controversial. But when I was running for office 2019, I said that this was part of what I was going to do. Okay? 3 things I was going to talk about. We wanted to create a green zone, which was going to talk about green and renewable energy, because we live in the desert. We should probably be the number one, poster child for green and renewable energy. Number 2, a financial district, okay? Because right now, where's the financial district? It's in New York. Who lives in New York? No one lives in New York, okay? We need it here in Las Vegas, so I had a plan about that. The third thing was actually a tech hub, and because I really feel like Las Vegas can be the next Silicon Valley, and that's just me. This guy believes the same thing. Thank you, Mr. Shore, for doing that. And guess what? I think you have probably lured a couple of these companies into coming here, which is great. And it is something that the city of Las Vegas and those people who are in office right now, who are supposed to be the cheerleaders for Las Vegas, that you should have been doing this. Okay, private individuals, it's wonderful that they're doing it. I'm glad they are. But this is something that was my pet project, and I was going to spearhead this. So, just saying, folks. Just saying. Let's take a real quick break, folks. We'll be back with a little bit more for Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray, where we talk about the people, places, the trends, and events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll be back in just a second. Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. It's very interesting. Well, hey, I was just looking at a story here, and they were talking about Pizza Hut is introducing a new Italian taco. An Italian taco. I've never heard of an Italian taco. It's got to be interesting. I wonder what different it's going to be than a regular Mexican taco. Okay. So here's a story, folks. I know this is going to, this is probably going to freak a few people out. But back in September, September 5th, Esmeralda County, and some of you already know what I'm going to say already, the historic Lita Ranch, or the old Cottontail Ranch, brothel, long shuttered, ties to Howard Hughes, burned down. Yeah. So the Cottontail Ranch, which is in Pahrump. This is a story from the Pahrump Times. Esmeralda County Sheriff's Office confirmed the destruction, but could not provide further details, so they don't know how it got down. And they, right now, they've not given out any clues on how it did. Sign advertised the historic Lita Ranch, 5,100 square foot ranch house, indoor pool, and it was up for sale. Wow. So, so many of you know what a brothel is. I mean, it's just it's a place where people go to do stuff. The brothel, which is 165 miles northwest of Las Vegas, opened in '67, closed in 2004. So they've got a lot of dubious information here that we won't read into right now, but we will post it. Okay, we'll post this picture of the fire-riddled building, even as a phone number. Okay, so anyways, we thought we'd tell you about this. All right, so Life is Beautiful. Excuse me. Yeah, Life is Beautiful is here, folks. And we got a lineup and tell you a few people who are actually going to be at the Life is Beautiful event, which is coming up pretty darn quick. Cage the Monkey, or Cage the Elephant is going to be Friday night. Arctic Monkeys, again, Friday night. It's a UK group. UK will put its stamp on this year's festival with more than 10 artists headed from the island nation. Okay, so Arctic Monkeys, T-Pain, Friday night at the Bacardi stage. I didn't tell you the stages you guys were at. So Arctic Monkeys will be at the downtown stage. Caged Elephant will be also at the downtown stage, and Arctic and Bacardi stage will have T-Pain. We'll leave a lot more of these guys, like Big Boy will be there, Beach House, Calvin Harris, groups like that. And so there's a bunch of folks. It'll be Friday through Sunday. Georgia will be there Sunday. And Satin Jackets. So tons of stuff. Tons of people that will be out there. And you'll want to be there. Okay. For Life is Beautiful, starts the 16th through the 18th. About 2 p.m. to 1 a.m. each of those days. $180 per day. $380 for the festival itself. And we'll leave the link to, if you'd like to actually go to Life is Beautiful, we'll leave the link on our website at livininvegas.com. It's pretty cool. Also, do we have time? Yeah, we got time. So many of you probably heard about what happened over near the Raiders headquarters. Over the Raiders headquarters, a plane crashed. Out in Henderson. Yeah, a little light plane came out of the Henderson Executive Terminal on Thursday morning, and two people in the plane nosedived. And so right now, nobody knows anything about it. I mean, they don't know why it did. No injuries were reported, which is great. But it looks like a little. I know what kind of plane this is. So I used to fly all the time. So they should have said what kind of plane it is. That is a, it's got the tail. looks like that. How many of you know? It's not a Cessna. It's a. Oh, I forgot. Okay. Anyway, some of you are probably already yelling, screaming, saying, "I know what, Sherman, you're supposed to know." But it's a single prop plane, and it crashed out there. So we'll try to get you some more information on that. As always, we want to report on anything with the Rebels. Rebels have had a great week. They've just had a great week. And the guys, the soccer team, the men's soccer team, finally won a game. Yay! They beat Pacific 3-2 at Peter Johann Memorial Field Thursday night, which is great. Our record now is 1-3-2, so we're very excited. I mean, we're playing tough, but we're gonna have a good year. I think we're gonna have a good year, and you'll find out more about UNLV, about all the things that are going on from us here at livininvegas.com. So this weekend the Raiders are playing, so you want to check that game out. It's a home field game, and you definitely want to get out to that game. Over at the Aviators. So we've not said anything about the Aviators for a while, just because they've been on the skids, and when we first started reporting about the Aviators, they were over 500. They were doing great. We are under 500 now. We are 66. We're 68-70 now. So we're under 500 for the season, but we won against Tacoma Thursday night. We beat them 7-5, which is great. But come on, guys. Come on, Aviators. Okay, you guys are doing so good at the beginning of the year, and you just hit this slump. And we've been losing a lot more than we've been winning, and it's very frustrating to watch such a great team just basically hit the skids like that. So, what are you gonna do? Just gotta hope they do something good. So I probably told you guys about this, and if not, I'm going to tell you now. We are starting a new media platform, and I'm really excited about this. Just so excited about it. I've got the. Do I have it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so and it's called there it goes. It's called the Livin Network, and the Livin Network. It's not what you think. So I want to stop you real quick. The Livin Network is actually a Christian broadcasting channel. Okay, Livin Network. Okay, it's called the Livin Word Network. So I'm very excited about this. That many of you know, I became a pastor a little over a month ago, and we've been really looking at what our video platform is going to be, and this is it, folks. The Livin Network. Very excited about it, and we're forming it. We're getting shows together, getting our content together. We'll be having our website, should be up here in the next couple of days. And the interesting thing about it is I bought this domain name and created the brand almost a year ago. Yeah, almost a year ago. Knowing that we were going to start this. Did not realize we were going to do a Christian channel, or content channel, but that's the way it is. So I'm very excited about it. So it's called the Livin Network. Okay, the Livin Network, and we're looking really forward to launching that. If you would like to be a part of the Livin Network, just contact us at livinnetworklv@gmail.com. So all one word, no two N's, just one. Here, can we put that out? Yeah, I think we can put that out. So I'm going to get rid of you, and let's see if we can put. Can I put this? Okay, that's the title for it. And but let's put the email up there. Can we put the email? Okay, I don't have the email for it. I do have the email, but I just can't find it. Is this it? No, that's the wrong one. Anyways, we will get this up there for you, folks, so you can actually check it out. So it's livinnetworklv@gmail.com. So just one N, though, okay? livinnetworklv@gmail.com, okay? And very excited that we're actually able to do that, and you'll be hearing more and more about that as time goes on, okay? Anyways, we're done, folks. I know it's we're having a great time here today. So we're all done. We will see you again, folks, Monday for the Livin in Vegas podcast, where we'll talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. When you think of living in Vegas, folks, think living local and the return of cool. Love you, folks. We'll see you again Monday for the Livin in Vegas podcast. Bye-bye. Oops. Let's do it again.